Hey guys, it's Heather. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 products that you need from the drugstore. These are all the products that I have repurchased throughout the years, and of course they are my opinion only, and opinions are subjective. So the first product I'm excited to share is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, but you have to get the shade Neutralizer. I've tried other shades, but this one is the one that's going to cancel out any darkness, that's going to really camouflage like fine lines and any signs of aging. This stuff is the best from the drugstore. It's so creamy, it's so moisturizing, it doesn't dry under your eyes, it's not all crepey. I just apply a ton to my under eyes, down the bridge of my nose, chin, and then I highlight a little bit on my forehead. I just blend it in. It is so creamy and blendable, and it just stays super moisturizing and just so brightening. This is definitely a must-have concealer from the drugstore. If you are fighting like signs of fine lines and aging, and you're finding that other concealers are drying out your skin or making your under eyes look super crepey, definitely run out and pick this up. I believe you can get it for like $6 and change at Target. Walmart is typically always the cheapest than if you were to go to your regular drugstore, you're gonna pay a little bit more. So sticking with the brightening and the under eyes is this NYX HD Finishing Powder. I always pick up the shade Banana, again, because the yellow tone helps to kind of cancel out any discoloration and helps hide those fine lines and things like that. This sets your makeup into place. It's matte, but it's not like flat matte. Like, it's definitely very silky. I find that it lasts all day long. This is like the third or fourth one that I've purchased, probably this year. I go through this stuff like crazy. It is just the best at brightening the under eyes. And if you're looking for just a very lightweight, translucent finishing powder, definitely try this out if you've been looking. It is really, really good. You don't have to worry about flashback or anything like that. It doesn't cake or do anything funky like that. And another thing, it's just so quick and easy. I do like a loose powder, but sometimes it's just so much faster to just pop this open, put the brush in, no mess, put it on your face, and you're done. Next up is this Milani Make It Last setting spray. This to me is by far the best setting spray that you can buy at the drugstore. I also like it for if I want to kind of apply some highlighter. I will spray this onto a beauty blender and kind of dampen it down, or even like my concealer if I just want something a little bit more dewy, and I'll just kind of pat it on with the product. And it works really, really good for that as well. And it is just a really, really good, refreshing setting spray. It just helps make all of your makeup kind of melt in together as one. And I love that you can pick up the little travel size of this. It's just so easy if you want to throw it in your bag, if you're traveling. This stuff is awesome. Definitely check it out if you're looking for an alternative to like MAC Prep and Prime or any other high-end sprays. Now, I have been on the hunt for a really good eyebrow pencil that's not too warm. I like my eyebrows to be a little bit lighter than the color of my hair. As you can see, it's a very dark brown, but I don't want them to be warm. I like something very neutral, more cool toned. And I've always used the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but that gets pricey. So I was looking for a dupe, and through my research, I came across this CoverGirl new eyebrow pencil, and I am in the color Soft Brown. The pencil is such a fine tip, and it's so easy to get in there, and it does last all day. It's definitely a little bit creamier than the Anastasia, but if you're looking for a really affordable dupe for that at the drugstore, definitely check out this CoverGirl pencil. The shades are really, really good, and they're more natural looking. So you put it on and it's more natural. It doesn't look so harsh, and it's just really, really good. So ever since I discovered these eyelash primers from L'Oreal, the one I've been really loving lately is the Lash Paradise Primer. Everyone knows about the mascara, but the primer is so good. If you use this before, I just find that it just does great things to my lashes. They don't get like that dry, like brittle, like flaky. This definitely helps to prevent that. And ever since I started using a primer, I cannot stop. So I don't think that I'll go back to just not using one. I've just been really, really loving using a primer. So next up is something that I have been purchasing since high school. No lie, the only thing about this is that the shade range is not great. So they do have some other like color correcting shades, like a green and a yellow and maybe like an orange, but I always go for the shade medium beige for the most part. And right now, since I am pregnant, I'm dealing with a lot of hyperpigmentation and melasma on my face. And what I'll do with this is full coverage. I'll just go in there and I will mark it up on my face in the sections that have been getting super dark. And it's just really good at kind of combating all of those dark patches, and I put it underneath my full coverage foundation, or if I want to just wear like a BB cream or something lighter coverage, I will add this over top and just kind of camouflage all of those imperfections. It is super creamy, it is waterproof, it's not gonna budge, and it's super cheap. It's like $5. So if you're looking for like a really good imperfection cover stick, definitely like not for under the eyes or anything like that. Like this is a creamy type of a product. Definitely check this one out. It is really, really good. So to continue on the trend of full coverage from the drugstore is the L'Oreal Infallible. I find that all of the L'Oreal Infallible foundations from the drugstore are really good, but for me, I've been using full coverage and this stuff is awesome. It is super cheap. I mix this into any other foundation and it just gives me that added full coverage that I need. I have a few different shades of this. I have like my winter and then I have my summer down here. But it's just really good and it mixes in and it just gives me that more of that coverage that I am looking for right now, since I am dealing with a lot of dark patches, and it's just really good. You can get a full coverage foundation without spending a ton. My favorite high-end one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. That one is really, really good. But this is also really, really good, and I've mentioned this in my other video and I'll link it up above, but it was my favorite products for covering dark spots and any other imperfections, and I mentioned a lot of drugstore products in that one, so definitely check that out if you are struggling with hyperpigmentation or melasma. But yeah, really good full coverage foundation, easily mixes in, and it's not drying, like it doesn't look cakey, it just looks very moisturizing, and it sets in place really nice with most powders. So next up, I wanted to mention a hair product that I love at the drugstore. This is the Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Dry Shampoo, and it's the texturizing kind. It smells so good. I just kind of pick my hair up and I spray it in, and it just gives me that added lift and kind of dries out any oil in your roots, and it is super cheap. It leaves no residue or anything like that, nothing funky. So if you're looking for a good dry shampoo, get one that's also texturizing spray. It's like a 2-in-1. It is so good. And it's really good if you're wanting to do your hair like with a curling iron or just a little bit wavy. It kind of will add to that texture. It's not like super gritty. It's hard to explain. You can definitely feel some grit and some texture, but it's nothing too crazy. If you're looking for a really good PM moisturizer that's anti-aging, definitely try out the CeraVe PM. It is so good. I go through this stuff constantly. I have the AM one too that has the SPF. I don't like it as much. Like if I'm just going to the pool or something quick, I will use it. But as far as wearing it underneath a full face of makeup, I have other SPFs that I do like better for that. But this stuff is awesome drugstore anti-aging. It has ceramides, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid in it. It is oil-free. I apply it all over my face, my neck, my chest, the backs of my hands every night, and it's just really, really good. So let's talk about some favorite lip products from the drugstore. These L'Oreal Infallible lip paints are definitely my favorite. I just pop them in my bag, wear them all the time. It's so quick. I do love like a liquid lip, but lately it just gets too drying. I like something that's a little bit more moisturizing and creamy, and you'll definitely get that with these ones. So my favorite from the Infallible Paints line, that's like not the matte, just the regular, is this Spicy Blush. It's what I have on today. It is just amazing. If you remember like from the 90s, the Rouge Pulp, I feel like this is exactly that. It smells like it. It feels like it. I feel like this is exactly that formula. I could be wrong, but there's definitely a lot of similarities. And that was discontinued like a while ago, but that was all the rage back in the late 90s. Another shade that I love is the Nude Star, and then I really, really like this Infallible Paints, the matte shade in Tongue Tied. It is just the perfect like brown neutral. I love everything about the way they feel on your lips. It's just so creamy. They are long lasting, like more than a typical gloss, and they're super pigmented. And the applicator is also really, really nice. It has a curved end to it, and it's just so easy to just kind of glide along your lip line. Oh, it's so good. If you have not tried these, definitely run out and grab them. They have a bunch of different colors to choose from. Okay, so those are all my favorites, and I think that I'm gonna do like a little series for this. I'm thinking about doing like my top 5 drugstore mascaras, or like my top 5 products that you need from L'Oreal. If you're interested in seeing something like that, please comment down below, because there are just so many really, really good drugstore products to talk about, and I would love to share my favorites on those. So everything will be linked below down in the description box. I will also list all of the makeup that I have on my face. Everything that I do have on was included in the products that I had mentioned today, but of course I have some other things on my face as well. If you are interested in that, just look down below in the description box. And I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.